Because there's no set time for when your missile will go pitbull, because it may never go pitbull, because say they start flanking, or maybe they drop behind terrain, or maybe they start climbing, or there's a lot of considerations for how to defend against that.
Understood.
I think we talk about firing next. Or
what about air-to-air modes?
We're not going to worry about that today. We're just talking general air-to-air. All right, so let's talk now about how to kill something. Oh, what is that? That's an idea thing. That's not the right button.
What?
So we're going to say, oh, actually, you know what? Let's use this one. So blue is going to be us. Blue is good guys. So a good way to do this, if you know you're going to go and attack something, the easiest way to kill something is to be in a trail formation. So let's change this guy to red. All right. So we're going to say that our first jet here is our lead. So we're going to say this is Fifi. Fifi's in circle number 1. Chaos is in number 2. We're going to put a distance between us anywhere from 5 to 10 miles. So this is going to be kind of like a hunter-killer team. Say we got our AWACS call. We turned. We're nose hot. And say we are, for this hypothetical situation, we'll say we're 40 miles off. And we are up at 30,000 feet. And we are doing Mach 1. Also known as Mach fuck. Make sense?
What is it called? What did he call that? Being 5 miles behind your teammate?
We're going to just call that a 5-mile trail. That's all we'll call it, just 5-mile trail.
If anybody asks you, hey, hop in 5-mile trail, you're same altitude, same heading, same course. You're just 5 miles behind your lead.
Exactly. Good point.
You can even be slightly higher.
Yeah, slightly higher. You can be slightly
Notice
behind.
F-16 said.
It's really going to be situational, right? Does Fifi want me directly behind him when we're about to fight somebody? No.
Dog said,
so maybe, I'm slightly off to his right, slightly off to his left, slightly above, slightly below.
Sorry, don't mean to interrupt. But we did the math on it, and you actually want to be closer to like a 10 to 15 mile trail.
Yeah.
Because by the time I've cranked and gotten out of the way, you've closed that 5 miles way too fast because you're still at that 1,200, 1,400 knots closure. So,
yeah, that's an excellent point. So, we want to be between 5 to 10 miles, and we're just saying this is situationally. We may not always be able to perfectly set ourselves up to that 10 miles or 15 miles, but the longer we're driving into a fight, like if we're flying into a fight and we're hot with a target that's 120 miles, we're going to put ourselves out at 15 miles, or if we're a shorter distance, we're not going to penalize by bleeding all his energy off,
DCS
kick
World,
back 15 miles. Because if we're only 40 miles away and he tries to create a 15-mile trail, by the time he hits that 15-mile trail, he's going to be doing 125 knots just trying to let, one fly away. The point is, we want to create that distance between 1 and 2 so that we have redundancy in our attack. Does that make sense?
By the time 2 gets in range of the bogey, he's going to be at a much worse energy state than 2, so he's not going to be able to be in firing parameters when 2.
Dang, let me get to a black. Shit,
I'm clarifying. I'm asking as a clarification question.
Yep. So this is the setup for the fight. This is the setup for the fight, and this is the easiest setup for the fight because we have 1 who's going to take our first shot. Here we go. So we got 1. He's taking the first shot, and then 2, we're going to call him the kill shot or the killer, because what we're going to do is 1 is going to fire if we are. Remember how we said, if we're above 30,000 and we are above Mach, we can fire at above or beyond 30 miles. If we are between 20 and 30,000, it's going to be closer to 20 miles. If you're below 20,000 feet, you are hard stuck you are not going past 20 miles in perfect conditions. So that's kind of like your escalation. If you're below 20,000 feet, 20 miles. If you're between 20 and 30,000 feet, you're going to be somewhere between that 20 and 30,000 feet. So if you're up at 29,000 feet, you can probably, fire 29 miles ish. This is just general rules. A lot of considerations go into this, which is why it's not like a hard science. Depending on, your closer speed, you can fire further or shorter. Depending on how they defend, you can fire further or shorter. Depending on, their altitude. Like if they're at 15,000 feet, very different than if they're at 1,000 feet. So this is something that you have to get in to the training range, and you have to throw up those dummies, and you have to start taking shots to kind of decide like how far can you fire and engage on something. Their airspeed plays a big part in it. Like you'll be out there tracking an Mi-8, you're like, yo, I'm big dick lead slinger. I'm at 35 miles. I'm above 30,000 feet. I'm at Mach 1. Fox 3, Mi-8, he's going to be toast. But the Mi-8 is going 20 knots. So that energy that you would count on him closing the gap with, with that hot aspect, it's not going to be there because he's going, dog shit slow. Compared to a MiG-29 that's at 20,000 feet, closing at Mach 1 also. Does that make sense? It's kind of like a bell curve on how you can evaluate when you can fire. And the only way you learn that is by doing it, because every situation, every condition, every aspect is extremely different. It just takes time to build that muscle memory of how much energy does my missile actually have.
Yeah.
So with that out of the way, what we're going to say now is our orange arrow is going to be our first shot. So for this, we are at Mach 1. We're above 30,000 feet, and we have our good trail going on. What's going to happen is black is going to be missiles. Lead is going to fire his first shot, and we call this a posturing shot. If you ever hear somebody say, just fire a posturing shot, all we're doing is we are firing something that will hopefully go pitbull on this guy eventually to let him know that we are there. Where's the brushes? So one is going to fire this, and one is going to, a minute ago, Black started to say, he said crank. And what we mean by crank is we are going to turn out at an angle that our radar is still seeing him. So he is floating this way, and he has that 45-degree radar, but he's putting that bandit. If you guys look up in the top right corner, we'll make this in green. Here's our little radar box, and the bad guys are red. We want to put the red bad guy right on the edge of our radar there, so that we are driving away from the fight, but still tracking. So that right there. That's our little radar tracking line. The red is the bad guy, and we are creating distance from our adversary. The reason we create that distance from our adversary is if he were to fire a weapon system and we start driving out to the left, he no longer can capitalize on having a nose-to-nose shot, right? Whereas we fired the first shot, we fired that posturing shot at 35 miles, which means we fired a hot aspect, but we're driving our aircraft away to the left, and we're putting ourselves where we are flanking. So we're no longer closing the gap for him. He has to close his gap. But the most important thing in this situation that we're talking about is maintaining that radar lock. So we're putting that star up here because this is the most important thing. And what you want to do is literally just make sure that little red dot stays there and that green line stays there, because that means you are still doning that radar to your Fox 3. Question.
We've missed something we didn't talk about. Types of lock.
Oh, we're not gonna. We're doing range wall scan today. We won't do Twiz today.
Okay. Because that kind of ties into the Fox 1,
Fox
3.
This is basics.
Okay, but that ties into the Fox 1, Fox 3 thing. Hey, so
you keep talking. You're gonna go see Principal Scud. All right. So does that make sense on this crank? How we turn out that 45-degree angle and maintain that lock?
Yes.
The theory makes sense. Yep.
Sweet. And you crank literally a second after you fire. It can sometimes be simultaneous. The most important thing is make sure you watch that radar screen and make sure you maintain that lock. Because what we're doing is, even if this bad guy... Oh, man, that's not a line. Even if this bad guy in this situation turns and... Man, You silly Willy. Even if the bad guy turns and he's still trying to pursue our friendly guy over here who is, cranking to the left, maintaining that walk, who do we have driving in to kill this guy?
2.
We have 2 driving in, and even if, bad guy is turning to follow 1 as he cranks out, 2 is still closing at an insane amount of speed, and 2 is going to start rippling these missiles off at 30 miles, 25 miles, and then probably 20 miles. Because as those missiles are airborne and tracking in, this guy is, 1, defending against that first missile still. Because remember, Lead fired that posture shot, and hopefully that missile went pitbull. Is that posturing shot going to hit him being fired from 35 miles? Probably not. But what is it going to make that bad guy do? Defend, right? So he is like, oh my god, exclamation point, they're shooting at me. And he's probably going to defend. And even if he starts cranking to the left or the right, we still have number 2 right here driving into the fight, rippling in 5-mile increments, kill shots with the AMRAAM. Does that make sense?
Got it.
Yep.
And tonight, that's what I want us to practice. We're going to simply practice a 5 or 10 mile trail and killing shit. The exercise that we're going to do 2 exercises. We're going to send you guys up in groups of 2. First sortie is going to be firing against some frogfoots that are completely harmless. And you're going to take up 6 AIM-9Xs. And you're going to use your helmet-mounted queuing system. And the AIM-9X is the stupidest thing to employ. All you're going to do is go to air-to-air mode. You're going to select your AIM-9X. At the bottom of your HUD, you're going to see AIM-9X. You're going to make sure that your helmet-mounted queuing system is on. You're going to press uncage, uncage, or cage, uncage, and you're going to look at your target's engines, and you're going to wait for your AIM-9X to scream at you. When your AIM-9X screams at you, guess what you do?
Fire.
Pull the trigger and melt some faces. That's it.
Fire.
Now, it is a great weapon system, but it does not have legs, and that's why we only ever carry 2 of them. And in a perfect situation, Fifi, if we take off every time with 2 AIM-9Xs and we fly our sortie perfectly, how many AIM-9Xs do we come back with every single time?
2.
2, because those are like literally a lifesaver. That's the step before ejecting inside of any type of aerial combat. That is just a band-aid to try and stop the bleeding. But the AMRAAM, the 120 Charlie, that thing that you can posture at 35 miles and track that dude, that is where you make your money. And if you never see your target and you just see poofs of smoke and the smoke goes, or you see contrails turn to black smoke falling towards the earth, that's a successful air-to-air engagement every single day. You never want to take a fighter to emerge, because once you get to emerge, not only does it come down to what jet can maintain energy better, who or what radar mode does it have, what kind of gun sight does it have, it also comes down to who's flying in that jet, because every jet can be flown better depending on who's in the seat, and you never want to get fried by a gunshot when you could have killed somebody 35 miles out. So, tracking?
Tracking.
What we're going to do is, let me erase all this. We're going to assign some communications.
Just so you know, Jimmy, I took some notes and I put them in the
Hell
FAT
yeah.
resources. If anybody wants to reference those.
Fifi, for basics, would you add anything else to this?
In air-to-air fighting, speed is key.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Don't
yep.
get slow.
It goes back to, even when we're defending, we stay fast. Speed is life. When you're in a fist fight, first to strike, whoever has the speed wins. It's the exact same inside of the aerial arena of combat. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
When you talked about the crank and you turn out, so you obviously lock up the enemy, you drive, you shoot, whether it's a posturing shot or whatever, or if it's a kill shot. When you crank, you want to keep the target locked, but you want to turn far enough to where that target goes all the way to the edge of the screen, of your radar screen, because that's your gimbal limit. And then you want to go idle, because you want to arrest the closure distance from the other guys until that missile goes pitbull, in which it'll say it's active, like it'll give you a time to target thing, and then after that you can turn cold and go throttle back up to get some speed and some energy. But the biggest thing is, once you shoot, you want to crank and go idle, because you want to not close as fast, because you want to be able to guide that missile as long as you can in to the target.
And does 2 have to make sure he passes 1 before shooting?
Nope,
So
because
the
one's going to
missile
be cranking
doesn't
and getting
track
out of the
the
way. No, because one's going to be cranking and getting out of the way, and also that missile's going to be looking for your radar track. So you will never. So as long as you have the correct target locked up, you'll never hit lead.
Yeah.
Unless you shoot the missile Mad Dog, which means you just shoot it without a track, and then it will just kind of bite off on whatever is closest to it. So don't do that shit.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the AIM-120C, like, it's not, even if you break lock while it's before it goes pitbull, it'll still fly to the last known trajectory?
It will. So that's
It'll look.
It'll immediately start self-tracking, so it'll find anything with a radar return. So that's a good thing. But to go back to your question, Vader, your job when you get in that crank is to drag that enemy and make him start wasting his energy, whether he follows you as you flank, or if he continues to close. Your job is to create that space, because you're either creating space through flanking that he is tracking, which gives 2 the advantage, or if he continues straight in towards 2, you are now, after that crank and you drive out for 30 seconds, you're now 10 miles outside of the weapons envelope of 2, so you can turn back in and you can refire or re-engage yourself, and you guys are deconflicted with weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, one's job is to get the fuck out of the way without breaking that radar lock.
It'll all make a lot more sense once you fly it and see it.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, Fifi, Blackbird, you're not flying, right?
Yeah, you want me to fly a drone? I can get shot down.
Well, this is we're going to be in the range, and we have the Fox 3 script, so nobody's getting shot down anyways.
Oh, I can hop up in a frogfoot or something big.
Hell yeah. Yeah, go do that.
What are you guys in the training range or the Fox 3 one?
We're going to be in the Aussie training range, so we'll be in Dogs server. And what I want you guys to do is... Huh? What?
I had some issues in that server earlier.
Oh.
Give it a go.
Yeah, it's good to go. We can stay in Discord since it's just the 2 pilots. Unless you 2 want to go to SRS. I'll leave it up to you, Vader and Dogdoor.
I'm good either way. I know how to use it now. Now that we actually.
What say you, Dog?
You know what? I have an SU-33.
Dog, do you want SRS or Discord comms?
Is it muted?
No, he unmuted his mic.
He's dead.
Hello?
Hello? Dog. Woof.
Somebody look at his stream. Is he asleep at the chair?
Yeah, right. He's knocked out.
Feet up on the desk.
Did someone say Mad Dog?
Yo.
Go Mad Dog. Yeah.
Are you awake?
Mostly. This reminds me of veggie maths at Aspendale Tech back in the day. You guys smoked too much weed, didn't know what the hell the teacher was saying. A little bit like that. I know, right? But it was. I know far more than I did before. So in terms of employing that, and I was using Google Copilot to give me acronym validation. So to recap,
You can also check my notes I made, Doug. It'll explain a lot of the lingo we were talking about.
so in aviation, nomenclature means standardized terminology. Is a standardized terminology for aircraft components, flight procedures, navigation systems, and chemistry. Ensures components are named systematically based on their molecular structure. BRAA stands for bearing, range, altitude, and aspect, and it's a standardized way to communicate the position of a contact in aviation. Here's how it breaks down. Bearing, the direction of the contact relative to the part, given in degrees. Range, the distance between the part and the contact. I'll shut up now, etc. So yes, I was paying attention.
Hell yeah! All right. So do you want SRS or do you want to stay in Discord?
SRS.
All right. So I will be on 305. If you guys want to go ahead and hop in, turn your jets on, I will be on 305. My call sign will be control. You guys will be training 1, training 2. For initial strike or for initial pass with the AIM-9Xs, Vader, you will be 1. Dog, you will be 2. And then once Vader has fired off his 6 9Xs, you guys will depart the air-to-air range. You guys will do a lead change, and then Dog, you will then fly in, engage the 4 Frogfoot, and then you guys will RTB, rearm, refuel for the second phase of training, which will be the AMRAAMs. And we're going to launch and recover at Anderson Airfield, Anderson Air Force Base.
So are we trying to shoot down all 4 or just 1 at a time? Because you say
I will give you direction.
All 6.
We're gonna make this. We're gonna make this good. I'll give you direction in the sky. I'll be your airborne battle manager.
All right.
But just meet me on 305, and I'll be there in a minute.
And you guys will want to launch from Anderson.
1.
Yep, channel 305.
And you guys will want to launch from Anderson because it's closer.
Yep. Yeah, and we're gonna be going back for munitions a few times. Yep. I'm gonna grab a snack and go get a glass of water, and I'll meet you guys on 305 in a minute.
All right.
Come one.
See you there.
Come 1 305.
If that's what Yep. 305. That means I'm switching computers. Be right back.
Jimmy Chase joined. He actually checked my Twitch stream to see if I was asleep or not. And my mic went to sleep.
Your mic went to sleep?
Yeah, I've got like a new lapel mic, but it's wireless. So it, I think it either ran out of battery or because I hadn't spoken for a while, went quiet. So I had to hotspot. Because I don't have any audio in my headset. What's going on? Option.
So he said just load up with 6 AIM-9Xs, right?
Yep. And 2 gas tanks.
Flight control.
Yeah. So 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and then 2 tanks.
Yep. Yes, sir. I'm going to be muting my microphone and switching over to just
What radio are you guys going to be on?
305.
Copy. Radio check.
Five by five. Radio check. Radio check.
TAC 1 is up in a 33, ready for target practice.
Radio check. Can you guys hear me?
Good check, got you 5 by 5.
Okay.
Radio check is Vader.
Good check, Vader.
Copy that.
Got a little bit of echo on you.
Oh, Vader, you probably just need to mute on Discord.
I'm already muted on Discord. Oh, I guess I'm not. I was muted on Discord, I guess I'm not.
Yeah, it's still unmuted. There you go. So what are we doing for the loadout? I only seem to be able to put AIM-9Xs on the tips.
You can do one pylon with 2 of them on one pylon.
Oh, I see it. Yep, yep.
Training 1, training 2, this is control.
You loud and clear, control?
Rod, just go ahead and notify when you're ready to taxi. We'll clear ground.
Could you clarify what our loadout is? I've got 3 by AIM-9Xs. What else should we put in? On servers restarting.
Raj.
Sorry.
Perfect timing. You're going to
Every
be...
time. I'm muting, so I think SRS will cease to exist for a moment.
Well, at least it happened now and not when we were up in the air for 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's probably the optimal time for it to happen.
Yeah.
Are you putting just the 6 AIM-9Xs and a bag? Is that it?
Jimmy said 2 bags.
2
One
bags.
on a bag on 7 and a bag on 3. Basically nothing underneath.
Yeah, I missed that. Cool out.
All right. I'm going to mute myself again.
Hey, Bader, dog. Make sure when you guys are starting and selecting your roles, do not select dynamic spawn. You need to pick one out of the first menu.
Yeah, done so.
Request rearming. Copy. Rearming complete.
Roll left, roll left. Flight controls. Flight controls.
Damn it.
Radio check. Last caller, read you loud and clear. How many? Good. Got you 5x5. Starting up in a 16 for the invulnerability.
6-9 radio check.
Dog Door, this is Control. Have you loud and clear. Also be advised, you are not muted on Discord. Also, check your stream. You have the Discord up in your window for the OBS.
.077 radio check.
Good check. Got you 5x5.
Thanks, Vader. Thanks, Daddy. Should be remedied now.
It is. Yep. I popped it up to watch and saw it, so.
Appreciate the heads up.
Papa Chaos.
I don't mind if you call me Daddy.
There's only one Daddy in this house.
Turning one tower. Say last, Chaos, before and last was cut. Training one this tower.
Copy. Training 1 tower.
Roger, sir. Notify this office when you're ready to taxi. We have departure instructions ready.
.077, ready for taxi.
Train 2, disregard Train 1 is tower. Stand by for Train 2, taxi as a formation.
Roger, taxi as formation.
Turning 1 time.
Tracking mids A11, mids B12. Just waiting my call to count down 2.1, 1.8, nearly there.
Training flight, this is tower. You are cleared to taxi to 06 right for departure. Upon departure, turn to 060, climb to 10,000, and check in once established.
.06 for departure, climb to 60, right.
Affirm, training 1, training 2, you are cleared to taxi to 06 right for departure.
Bogey 1 to tower.
Go ahead, Bogey 1.
Bogey 1, request taxi 06 left for takeoff, southbound departure.
Raj, Bogey 1, you are cleared for departure on 06 left. Turn 270, climb out to Angels 10, and depart to the west. You are clear, once established, to move to the south of the air-to-air turning range.
Copy, Angels 10, west departure, Bogey 1.
You copy.
BP's tower.
Go for feet.
Raj, VP, if I could have you follow departure instructions, same as Bogey 1. Have you depart 06 left, western departure, climb to 10, and begin an orbit. Stand by, south end of air-to-air training range.
And Fifi's on the carrier, load it down with bombs real quick.
Oh, that's a good copy. You're cleared off. We have 2 flowing out of Anderson, inbound air-to-air range. You are cleared independent maneuver. Be advised, flight to F-18 to establish that.
SRS is cool as shit, just saying.
Yeah, Fifi's going to be working the south ranges for a couple bomb drops, and then can rearm and support, though.
Roger, good copy. Stand by on rearm. I just need you in the air with chaff and flare.
Yeah, Fifi copies.
Bogey 1, rolling 06 left, westbound departure to Angels 10.
Bogey 1 tower, you're clear to...
69 to 77. Do you want to set up mids, A11, mids to 12, that way we can chat
Already got him set up. I already got him set up if you want to get there.
Radio check. Midday.
I got you, 5x5.
Let me just turn you up a notch. Ready when you are.
Copy that. 077 to tower. 2 Hornets ready for takeoff. Runway 6.
Roger, training flight. You are cleared departure as instructed.
Copy that.
Running him up. Two ready.
Okay, look. One's ready. Let's do 5-second difference.
Copy.
And brakes.
1 cat and dog. 2 cat and dog. 3 cat and dog. 4 cat and dog. 5 cat and dog. Rolling. Two airborne.
Copy that. I'm gonna 350.
Did you understand the directive? What was it? 60 is our heading. What was the altitude he requested?
.077 to tower. Can you relay the altitude you wanted us at again?
Ron, string flight. Go ahead and proceed 060 outside of Anderson controlled airspace. Climb to Angels 10. Check in when established.
Copy that. Angels 10.
No, I managed to move straight past you then, Data. Rejoining 1, say speed.
I'm trying to be 350, but my ATC is not keeping up with me here.
Bogey 1 is...
Go for Bogey 1.
Ron, sure, if I could have you turn to 140, continue for 18 miles.
Copy 140 for 18. I had to do a little bit of an in-flight alignment there.
Bogey 1, good copy, you were cleared. Turning 1, this is tower.
.077, we are established.
Ron, turning 1, if I could have you turn 080, continue for 30 for Air-to-air engagement.
080 to 30.
What's your speed there, Vader?
It's hard for me to see. 1 second.
I put my HUD on the left MDI so I could see numbers.
Yeah, 350.
Yep.
Training 1, this is control.
Training 1, go ahead.
Right, sir, you're cleared to go active radar and fence in.
Roger that, 10 spin.
Roger. Want you to start using that TDC. Go ahead and manipulate that radar. Push it out to 80 miles. And begin using it to scan for targets.
You know how to
Be
do that.
advised, scope is clean at this time. However, go ahead and give yourself some time to familiarize yourself with it.
Copy that.
Do we just turn our arm on an AA, or is there something else we're supposed to do?
Just AA and master arm on.
Yep. He said something about range. Radar, turn on radar. I don't know what he meant.
Attack radar on the right DDS.
Bogey 1 control.
Go for bogey 1.
Raj, I'm showing you established. If I could have you begin a 10-mile orbit, your current location.
10-mile orbit, bogey 1.
So should we have like a 5-mile separation now?
I don't think yet because we haven't found the bogey yet, but once we do, then yes.
You said something about range on radar. How do I... What do you need us to do?
Roger, on radar systems, you can, on the outside border of your attack radar, there's going to be arrow up, arrow down, corresponding with some of the buttons. So you can utilize that to extend or shorten your radar sweep.
Currently 40.
The second option for manipulating that is to take your TDC, push it all the way to the bottom, and push it back up, and it will extend the range. Or if you take it to the top, push it all the way to the top and bring it down, it will extend it as well. Training 1 control.
Training 1, go ahead.
Roger. turn 125 for 15.
125 for 15.
Raj, next call will be a bra call for your training engagement.
Roger that.
Also, training flight, be advised, training 1, for your first engagement, you will be cleared hot. Training 2, you are to maintain wingman position and support. After training 1 engages, you will clear the training range and re-enter with training 2 in lead for engagement.
Copy.
Alright, 263 for 70 at 4,000.
Training 1, this is control.
Training 1, go ahead.
Raj, band identified at 207 for 49, flight level 13, aspect flanking.
207 for 49, flanking.
20749 flanking, flight level is 13. Training 1, you are clear to prosecute.
Copy. Okay, this is where I need to know how to lock up. Do I just put the slew over and press TDC to press?
That is A firm.
Okay, I do not have a lock.
Raj, you don't necessarily need one for sidewinders. You're going in with the heaters for first pass, but you can lock them. You're going to put that bracket over the green square, should be right off your nose, and you're going to do TDC to press.
And I just stick on the 1, correct?
Say again.
I got a lock now.
Roger, good copy. Go ahead and drive in.
And do I go full burner?
Raj, don't go full burner. This is a permissive training environment. Save the gas.
Copy that.
Bandit 1 is control.
Go for Bandit 1.
Roger, Bandit 1, you are cleared independent maneuver within the aerial air-to-air target range with 30% maneuverability
Get to your
and
5 mile
no
trail there,
countermeasures.
dog.
Bogey 1.
Say again.
Go to your 5 mile trail.
Training 1 control.
Okay.
Training 1, go ahead.
Raj, your Bandit is going to be at 179 for 23. Flight level is 11. Be advised, you're tracking civilian airliner at this time.
Copy that. 179.
A firm update. It is 155 for 21. Flanking.
155 for 28.
Training 1 is control. Be advised, if you need update on your track, just call for Bogey Dope. Bogey Dope is the brevity for tell me where the bad guy is.
Roger that.
Training 2 control, ensure you're maintaining flight integrity with training 1.
Oh, we just established 5 mile separation, but I'll move back in.
Roger, good copy. Just saw you moving 90 degrees from his,
I copied that. Yeah, I lost him. I didn't have IFF on.
Rod, snap 90 left.
How do I unlock somebody? Because I locked it and it says friend.
It's going to say friend. That is a friendly training bogey to engage.
Copy that.
Control, check 1.
Check 1, control, go ahead. Check 1, control, go ahead.
Fox 1 or 2.
Check 1, establish flight level 300 en route, training ranges 50 miles.
Roger, good copy. Check in when over the southern part of the air-to-air range.
Check.
Training 1 control, showing 2 good hits.
Good kill nose aspect.
Who is the guy that just flew over me then?
Roger, be advised, we have Fox 3 script active. You're not going to actually kill anybody in here. It will just detonate right beside.
Oh, copy that. I thought it was like dogs flying at me.
Negative, negative. That's your bandit. You're still clear to engage. 1 o'clock, 1 mile.
Copy that.
Bandit 1, control, be advised, you're cleared in countermeasures now. Go ahead and let them see how a flare will distract them.
Bandit 1.
And training 1 is
Good kill,
out of
good kill,
missiles.
nose aspect.
Knock it off, knock it off. Training 1, go ahead and rendezvous. Rendezvous with Training 2. Make a lead change, and once established, Training 2 check in for tasking.
Training to checking in.
Directions for training 2, please.
Raj, be advised. Training 1, go ahead and turn 300 for 15. Break. Training 2, be advised, you are forming on check 1, same as at Angels 30. Go ahead and turn 105 for 15. Reform with Training 1.
105, 15, Angels 30.
Angels 1-3, break. Bandits 1, if I could have you flow 200 for 20 miles. Reestablish at 10,000.
200 for 20, Bandit 1.
Check 1, control.
Go for check 1.
Rod, check 1. If I could have you turn 175 for 20, establish at Angels 12.
Check 1, 175 for 20, descending Angels 12.
Training 2 control, go ahead and descend down to flight level Angels 10.
Training 2, descending Angels 10.
Training 1, go ahead and snap left 90. Training 2 will be at your 9 o'clock.
Roger that.
Training 2 control, snap left 90. Training 1 is at your 3 o'clock.
You want me to turn 90 degrees?
Affirm, turn 90 left. Training 1 is at your 8 o'clock.
I have visual on you, dog.
Yeah, likewise. Am I leading or are you?
Bogey 1 to dog, you just flew right over top of him.
You are leading this time.
It's fair to say I don't know what the hell I'm doing with the radar. Just a heads up.
Training 1 control.
1, go ahead.
Raj, if you could walk training 2 through utilization of the attack radar.
Copy that.
Panda 1 to tower in position, establishing orbit.
Raj, good copy. Boogie 1, you are clear
Alright,
to
you have
establish
your
10 mile
attack
orbit.
radar on the right.
Break.
And
Check
your
1. Sim instructions. You are
air-to-air and
clear to
master arm on.
continue 5 miles from
I did.
established 10 mile orbit.
Check 1
You
copies.
have your TDC depress,
one's
your depress button, and
Bandit
your
1.
forward, aft, left, and right available.
Roger. Bandit 1, disregard Boogie 1, and check. You are cleared to utilize 1, 2, 3 low level for interflight communications. Go ahead and join.
Copy 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so I see the radar and there's some yellow boxes, but I don't really know what's what.
Are you able to slew around?
Yeah.
Okay, so once we get a target, hopefully these guys will clear out. But I think those 3 might be frog feet. So you would just put the bars over one of those, and then you just hit the TDC to press and hold. And if you do get a lock, a line will go from the bottom up through it, and it should say lock up by your upper mirror.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what I'm looking at. Is it the yellow boxes? Are they the targets?
Yes.
And how do we ascertain which one's which?
Well, enemies usually turn red, but you can always ask tower for vectors. That way you're pointing right at it.
Training flight control.
Go ahead. Flight control.
Training 1, be advised, turn 080-430. You are clear to engage. Aerial targets, same will show friendly.
Is that for 30,000 feet?
So turn 080. Call tower again. I know. I just got the 080.
Is that for Angels 30?
Roger, that's negative. Turn 080, establish flight level Angels 10, and drive 430. You are clear to engage 2 friendly bandits on the range.
What's it looking?
So when you lock them up, the box that goes around them will actually say friend. That's how you know you have a good lock.
Right, I'm just staring into the sun, so I'm having trouble working out where the fuck I'm going. Where are we?
Well, I'm going 055 right now.
Christ.
Where do you have your radar set at? Is it set at 80?
Target 2 copies but disagrees.
Yeah, it is now. If I move it up and down, it doesn't seem to do anything, but if I manually click, I've got it at 80, but I can't see any targets now.
Training flight, control, be advised, go ahead and turn 200 for 30.
What is it? What does for 30 mean? Or is that the distance?
For 30 miles, yep. So we have to turn right for 30, 200.
Like, yeah, the calls just confuse the shit out of me. I don't know what people are saying.
No worries, we'll get it.
Alright, I see some boxes now.
Alright, he said there were 2 of them, so just go ahead and box 1.
Training 1, control.
And go ahead and depress, and you should get that line from bottom up, and the lock should go up.
This is training 1.
Disregard, training 2, control.
Like a moving line, you mean?
No, it should just be a line. Once you lock it, if you get a good lock, a green line will go straight up, and it'll just stay there. And it'll say lock up on that box up by your window.
Training 2, control.
Training 2, go ahead.
I can't get a fucking look.
Roger, looking for a 069, training 2.
I'm struggling to get a lock by like clicking the TDC to press and it's not seeming to do anything.
Roger, be advised, stand by. Continue 212 for 29. 210 for 29, flanking flight level 15.
You gotta turn to 210.
Roger, be advised, it's going to be that little blinking lollipop in the bottom of your radar, the one closest to you, going right to left.
Yeah, I got the solid line. I got the solid line and a lock.
Beautiful. Box 2.
Is that pickle or gum?
Roger, it's going to be Fox 2.
Box 2.
Pickle to fire,
What is
yeah.
the range to it?
Roger, be advised, that is the AIM-9. That is a heat-seeking. Max range is going to be 10 miles, so go ahead and drive in, fire first at about 5 miles.
I think it's 13.4, I believe, range.
Hey, Berm, you are at 13.
Boogie 1 to Boogie 2.
Go for Boogie 2 on 305.
Sorry, I can't figure out how to get my radio to switch over. I'm on 127 AM.
So you're on 127?
Good copy, 127.
I got a lock, I think.
Once you get within 5 miles, then just say Fox 2 and pull the trigger.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
And you can let off more than one.
Fox 2.
And if you want to try to lock up the other one, you can too.
Not seeing the other one on the radar.
Okay, just make sure you keep the one on your radar the whole time. Don't let it get out.
Hey, from 2 good hits.
Pickle.
Training 2, be advised, 2 good hits, 2 good hits. Break, target 2, bend to 2, you are clear to evade.
And Boogie 2 fights on.
Alright, get him done.
Training 2, continue, prosecute, same target.
Yeah, let's say bearing.
Raj, boogie dope. Contact 2664.5. Hot.
It's 6 for 0.5 hot, copy.
Bandit 2, guns, guns, guns. Target 2, copy.
Training 2, control.
Control, go ahead.
Roger. Don't forget to check your 6 in a fight.
Yeah, I'm struggling to work out what's a lollipop and what's a target.
Roger, with the AIM-9X, you do not need to have any radar. All you're doing is looking around with your hammocks, with your helmet mounted queuing system, and you are waiting to hear that loud tone to engage.
Training 1 is Winchester.
Control 2, all players control to all players, knock it off, knock it off. All players turn 306, RTB to Anderson, check in one over, feed dry.
Boogie 1.
Training 1.
Training 2.
Boogie 2, guns, guns, guns. Training 2 is dead.
Back end for Anderson.
Turning to control, be advised, your return will be controlled. I'll give you vectors. Continue on current. Azimuth, check in 1 feet dry.
Continuing current azimuth, we'll check in Phaedra.
Bogey 1 to training 2, I believe. Anderson's off your right wing, 90 degrees.
He's getting vectors. He's training 1. I'm going to be feet dry in 2 seconds.
Turning 1 control.
1, go ahead.
Rod, you are cleared to turn to 005. You are cleared in visual approach straight in on runway 06 right.
Bogey 1 feet dry.
06 right.
Bogey 1, control, be advised, you are cleared, turn 030, descend to 2000, you are cleared in 06 left. Straight in approach.
Copy 06 left.
One to control, I'm going to have to do a pattern entry.
Turning 1 control, good copy, be advised all vector yet. Turning 1, bogey 1, go ahead and turn to 335. Establish first straight in approach.
Altitude. Altitude.
335.
You are cleared to descend down to 3000. All players. For informational, cleared straight in. You can just fly straight in. You don't have to fly an overhead brake.
Copy that. I was just too high, too close.
Training 2 feet dry.
Roger, good copy.
Bogey 2 with is saddle training 2 feet dry.
Training 2, bogey 2, be advised, go ahead and turn 025 for 10. You're cleared in visual. Break.
025
Training 2,
10,
you are
copy.
cleared in straight in. You are cleared in straight in for 06 right. Break. Bogey 2, you are cleared in visual 06 left.
Bogey 1 clear, runway 06 left.
Training 2 06 right.
Bogey 2, 06 left.
Training 1 control, go ahead and maintain 230, flight level 5000.
Buggy 1 to tower.
5,000.
Go, Bogo.
Buggy 1, request taxiway D to parking.
Rod, you are clear.
Control, Boogie 2 requests overhead brake for the, for 6 left. Shit hot.
06 left overhead brake, approved.
Control. Training 2 established 6 right, long final.
Training 2, you are clear straight in, 06 right. Brake. Training 1, go ahead and turn 135. You are cleared in visual on 06 right.
Okay, 135, cleared in visual, 6 right.
Turning 1, go ahead and descend down to flight level 2000.
Control, Boogie 2.
Roger, 2000.
Boogie 2, gear, base, full stop.
What the fuck can I turn?
And that's not a carrier.
Tower, am I able to land 6 right?
Rod, training 1, you are cleared straight in arrival on 06 right.
Roger that.
Still caught that 3-wire though. Yeah, that was close. Got tons of time. I'm gonna put on my aggressor skin though. Really? Okay. Okay.
Training 1 control. Excellent landing.
Copy that, sir.
All players,
Hey,
all
Jimmy.
players. Once
In Discord.
in parking, go ahead and come back up on Discord for debrief.
Roger that.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Yo, 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 yo.
Does the script only work if you is it if you spawn in a plane, or is it is it any plane?
It
like
is.
If I take off
it
in
is.
a dynamic spawn, are the missiles going to kill me?
Yep. If you're in a dynamic spawn, the missiles will kill you. I don't know why, but for some reason Fox 3 doesn't protect dynamic spawn.
I was going to try to go up in a 33, but it's all good. It's all good. We got to get some Red 4 in the in the training mission.
I completely agree.
Also, like the A4 in the Red 4 because it has that MiG-17 aggressor skin. Ooh.
Yeah.
Do some Top Gun up here.
I was
going to
fly I was going to
take
fly
take a Phantom out, dude.
Is there? I don't know if there's a Phantom spawn. Is there?
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I literally just told you that. Oh my gosh. Dude, my wife got me the Hot Ones Pringles.
Are we staying on the server?
Yeah, we're staying on the server. Don't get out of your jet.
Okay. Do we need to rearm?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm surviving some chips right now. Looks like we got everybody in here. Debrief. Vader, you go first. Kind of talk me through your flight. Tell me what you thought, what you learned.
I thought I was going to have more trouble with the lock, but I don't know if it was just having to get those bars like just right. I have no idea. I don't know what I did different from, putting it around, putting the slewing over it, pressing TDC to press and it not working, and then trying it again, TDC to press, and then it did work. And then, I just shot my Fox 2. And then I just continued to shoot. Kept my nose on him to maintain radar. But I did brake first.
Did you need to maintain radar with a Fox 2?
Fox 2 is deep.
Yep.
I guess not.
Could you have done that entire engagement with your radar turned off?
Guess I could have.
Yep.
But
it's a nice tool to get on target, right?
Yeah, I know like the 9X, you're really not going to use your radar, you're going to use more of your HUD.
Yep.
But
you're not wrong, because using radar gives you closure rate, gives you their, aspect. It gives you a lot of information.
Yeah.
So you do use your radar, yes. But when you, oh good.
I was going to say, how close do you have to be for the 9X to start making tone?
That is the question. Yeah, you can do it probably a little bit before 10 miles too, depending on what you're shooting at. Because if you're shooting at a B-52 and it has 8 engines on it, that's going to be a big heat signature for it to look at. But if you're firing on a T-38, not even afterburning engine, you'll have to be a little bit closer. So the question you're asking is kind of like a catch-22 question, because a lot goes into it.
Yeah.
Even atmospheric. If you're flying through some thick-ass clouds, you're not going to get a good search or track with that weapon system also.
With the radar or the HUD?
With the AIM-9X seeking head.
Oh, like if it shoots into a cloud or something?
Yep. Yeah, because if you have a cloud full of precipitation, which is a very physical thing that can block, visibility of a hot object, that will diminish the range of that seeker head.
I did try. How did we? I know it wasn't important, I guess, but how do we? I thought it was just undesignate to break a lock, but it didn't seem like it worked.
No,
so
because
all you can do.
Sometimes the undesignate button, which is your paddle switch, will just step to the next target.
Yeah,
it does. It kind of does what it wants when it wants.
The only easy way to do the TWS Artemis thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The easy way to clear it is up on your attack radar. There's actually a reset button. It's the bottom right. It'll say reset. You just hit that, and it'll go back to your regular scan.
I see it. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Once you engaged, what did you think of the weapon's behavior?
It acted normal. I mean, I'm used to shooting those, but I didn't see any issues.
Nope. Yeah, good to go.
Yeah, it was pretty normal.
You did have, I think the first 2 hits were like head on. So, that just shows kind of the strength of the AIM-9X Seeker. So.
Yeah. So I don't know if I switched because I went from radar to using my HUD. So I'm not sure if I hit the same bogey, twice in a row, or if I shot one and shot another.
Nope, you smacked. You only had 1 target at that time, and you smacked him good.
Did I get you with all 6?
You had 1 go dumb.
1 go dumb? Is that when he was flaring?
No, it was between your first and your third attack. It was like a single shot. You did 1, 2, and they were good, and then you started to pull to the left, and you fired while you were in a pull. And I'm guessing what happened was you were looking at him because he was flying from your right to your left, and you were pulling to the left to match. And I'm guessing what happened is you looked down and fired because the 9X came off the rail, like slightly down aspect from your nose. Because the Seeker had that.
Basically, yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
So if I ever do that, I just got to make sure I'm dead staring at it.
Yep, just like your number 2. You're like staring at daddy. Where are we going, boss?
I definitely want to try that Jahemix though.
Yep, that is how you do it.
Because the very first like mission I did, where I practiced that, I think it was actually in a training tutorial. I shot the 9X, and the bogey was to my 3 o'clock, like straight 3 o'clock, and the freaking 9X went out, did a super fast loop, turned around and shot him. I was like, holy crap, that was awesome.
The 9X, as long as you hear that tone, you are good to launch. It can launch up to a 90-degree aspect from your aircraft's path of travel.
Yeah, that was definitely pushing it, but it definitely used all 90 of those degrees.
Yep.
Yeah, the thing about the 9X, it's kind of like a one-and-done missile. If you don't get a hit with a 9X, it's like something went wrong, like really, really wrong.
Yeah.
So I usually don't shoot 2 off at a target.
These are only good within 10 miles, though. The 9X.
Maximum 10 miles. Yep. Yeah. All right, over to you, Dog. What do you think about using the 9Xs? That's right. Wipe that dirty mustache off and tell us about your engagement.
And I guess we didn't have to use the radar on a 9X, but
which is fine.
Actually, I think Dirty Tash
from a distance,
I think Dirty Tash was a missed opportunity in terms of my avatar name.
Oh.
What?
He said,
he's eating an apple on his stream right now.
Dirty mustache. What did I think? I think what was good was SRS just worked. So it was so good to be able to have an active conversation with Vader, who helped me enormously, without kind of invading everybody's sort of headspace. That was really cool. So I think SRS was a tick. I struggle quite a bit with the acronyms and the radio speak. But I think the more I do it, the better I'll get. So it got a little confusing. It got a lot confusing, but I think what else was good? It's kind of, if you can eyeball the target, you get like a nice kind of noise, and you just light them up like easy peasy. So I thought that was good. I got confused with what distance, what height, what object in the radar was what. This is like green items and yellow items, and which of those yellow items are enemy, and have I got a lock? I think I eventually got a lock, but it was more ass than class. Like I was hitting the designate button, and it took quite a few goes.
Is that normal? Or does it depend on the missile that you use for getting an easy lock?
Nope, it doesn't. So locking a target with your radar has zero to do with the weapon system, because you're dealing with your aircraft's radar. You're not dealing with the weapon system when you're trying to lock something. And for the exercise of the 9X, you don't even have to look at your radar. If you're visual with your target, that's the only thing you have to look at. I think, Dog, you did have like the initial engagement, and then once you turned on and you started to recognize looking at a target and engaging, you started to engage. I would say quicker and a lot more effectively than your first one.
Okay.
And the great thing about this range is if you guys go into the other menu, you go to air, you can spawn in 4 harmless frogfoot and just go out with a shit ton of AIM-9Xs and just practice splashing those over and over and over again.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yep. That's how you get good. And also that exercise is also how you get good with posturing, height, and speed, for, kind of feeling out that ranging of that 120 Charlie.
The AMRAAM is the one that I have trouble with a lot.
Yep, we will get to that one next. What we're going to do for the next sortie is we're going to send you guys up 3 shift. Fifi is going to be the flight lead, and you guys are going to go out and kill Blackbird in an F-16. So he's going to walk you through all that. Real quick, before we even touch anything, I want you guys to go to your keybinds real quick, and we're going to check it. One quick keybind. We need to make sure that we have a radar antenna increase and a radar antenna decrease.
I'm just going to do a quick bio break. I'll be right back.
Okay. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and pause up for 1 minute. Everybody go pee, and then we will do an exercise in 120 Charlie. And we're going to... The purpose of today is not to... become perfect in air-to-air. Today's exercise is to get you guys tracking targets in the appropriate manner to the weapon system, which you guys just did, because you went through that evolution of, going through radar, and then you realize, like, hey, I can look at this and kill it. And now with the 120, we're going to practice locking something on radar, and we're also going to practice what to do when we engage, because the individual tactic of cranking after you fire on an adversary when you are solo is the exact same as cranking when you are engaging as a 2, 3, 4 ship formation. The only difference is when you're by yourself, you don't have a follow-up kill shot, buddy.
Right.
So, yeah, everybody go pee, and then we'll jump back on, and we will go kill some shit with some medium-range missiles.
Hey, Black, can you look to your left?
Yes.
The left, there we go. A little bit more forward. A little bit to the right. I'm on the left side of your cockpit. I'm about to take a screenshot of you guys. I'm a little sort of... There we go. Now you're looking at me. Gotcha. I'll be back.
But I see that cheeky little ECM pod you got there.
I have returned and I am dehydrated. And then Dog and Vader, I want you guys to load with 6 120 Charlies, 2 9X, and 2 tanks. Actually, we'll do that one. And then Fifi, what we're looking for is maybe just 2 engagements. Throw them into 5-mile trails just so they can see what it looks like. We'll have you guys engage, splash them, and then flow out, and then re-engage, and then we'll call it a night. Oh.
I'm back.
I'm back. Oh, yeah.
So what loadout?
You're going to load with 2 tanks and 6 AMRAAMs with 2 9Xs as backup. And then black, since there's 3 of them, you're allowed to fully defend yourself.
Okay.
What was the control we're supposed to have? The antenna.
Antenna elevation increase and decrease.
That's crazy. I never use that.
I know what you're talking about.
That's called sarcasm.
No, seriously.
Really?
Yeah, nope.
How do you change your radar elevation then?
2-bar, 4-bar, 6-bar scan, man.
Oh.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
I do 4-bar and I use antenna elevation.
Yeah, I was checking the scores in the last campaign. I don't think Fifi had any air-to-air kills.
I never flew air-to-air.
No, I'm just kidding.
I did take down a base on a whole SAM site, and that's a 10th on my own in a C-130, though.
What is it actually called? Because I'm not finding antenna elevation.
I think it might be like an acronym. I think it might be a shortened version of it. It might say ANT.
No, it's hang on, I'll grab it real quick. Adjust controls. I'm pretty sure it's antenna elevation. It's all the way up there.
Because I have that little axis on my throttle, on the right throttle. I could use the up and down on it.
You're back.
No, you really don't. I mean, you can put it on an axis, but then you have to like hold the axis. You want it to be like a button click up and down. And it's the same button that you use to zoom in on your T-pod. Yeah, if you search radar elevation control up and radar elevation control down.
I'm back.
Okay.
And we're rocking the same loadout as last time, yeah? 6.
Nope. 6 AMRAAMs, 2 Sidewinders, 2 tanks.
Okay. I already have something bound. So what is this?
And it's the same. It's the exact same buttons that you use to zoom in and out with a T-pod.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm confused. But the 6 AMRAAM to the 120C.
Yep.
All right, so I have radar up and radar down.
And you put them on 7 and 8, 2 and 3?
Nope. It'll be on 2 and 8, and then 6 and 4. Leave your fuel tanks on.
All right, we're doing the 120Cs.
Yes, sir. This loadout right here is kind of the loadout you want to run if you're doing a cap mission. And then Fifi, I'll go ahead and hand them over to you, and then just let me know when you guys are ready to depart.
Yeah, you guys, when you're ready, just go down to runway 6 right. Are you guys running on mids at all, or are you guys, what's your interflight frequency?
Yeah, we got mids A is channel 11, mids B is channel 12.
Okay.
Request rearming.
I'm just going to have to start a fresh jet, and I'm yet to get to the radar thing that you were talking about.
Good, we'll go
on. Radar elevation control up and down, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've got them bound.
Sweet.
Cool. Well, I'm going to mute up, and I'll see you guys in mids A.
Compressor, 4 times longs, 2 times shorts.
Rearming complete.
A few minutes sympathetic.
Copy, I'll hang out.
But he's got little legs. He can't run very far.
That is accurate.
See that bogey one? You see my little flirty tail? My little flirty elevator?
So I think this brings us to the ping issues on the server.
I don't know. For the trading server, I think the ping is fine from where I'm at. But, you know, everybody probably has different experiences.
I was in a Phantom earlier with Sharko, and it was like, oh man, it seems fine until you try to do multi-crew, and that's where it really shows.
Maybe with the desync?
Yeah, there were moments where I was flying backwards in the backseat.
I don't see what the problem is.
Why is this not turning on?
Roll left, roll left. Flight controls. Flight controls.
Oh shit, there goes the channel. Boba Legion just traded with 19 odd ones. Boba Legion just traded the channel with 19 viewers, PogChamp. Coral said 07. Boba
Thanks
Legion
for
said
the 20-person
07 what's
raid.
up.
Appreciate it. 07 back at you. What was I doing? Okay, VB. VB is 12. Enter. Okay, welcome everybody. This is the 56 Operations Group. Training. Actively training. Radio check.
Good check. Have a good stream. Bring the stink to the bad guys with that Hornet.
Chat just said bring the stink to the bad guys in that Hornet. I think that lays down the challenge.
Let's do it.
Control 69 ready to taxi.
Alright, finally, on my way.
Groovy.
6-9 tower, you're cleared.
Tower 077, taxi.
Tower sounded like he was on a running machine when he said that. What the hell is that?
Tower training flight 3 Hornets looking to take the active to depart out to the east.
Training flight, this tower, be advised you are clear to take 06 right, straight out departure. Depart on a 060, climb to Angels 15, check in West Atlas.
And the training flight copies request unrestricted climb to 15,000.
Tower acknowledged, unrestricted, you're clear.
Straight. Just gonna wait for the last wingman to show up.
Thank you, Tower.
What's that designation?
I'm 1, you're 2, and Vader's 3.
Yep.
Come on, come join me on the runway. It's wrong a little bit.
Control, if you want to give chat a bit of a heads up about the 56 OG and what we're doing right now, I just had a 20-person raid and there's another 25 or so watching on YouTube.
That's a good copy. I'll go ahead and unmute myself so that I can do same on Discord if you guys want to deafen before you take off.
And tower training flight is rolling.
Alright, on the brakes, spooling it up. Motors are good.
Tower acknowledged, training flight clear.
One cat and dog. 5 second.
3 set and ready.
Burner split.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the stream of A Dog Door, our favorite digital aviation enthusiast from down under. Target 1, be advised, you are clear for departure. If you want to slide to comms 1274. Adversarial communications. But this is the 56 operations group. We are a virtual group of individuals who are passionate and like a environment to play the game Digital Combat Simulator. We have 3 active servers. We have a few active members on the 3 servers. We run a 24/7 dedicated training range, which is what we are on right now. We are running through some air-to-air tactics and trainings, both for Fox 2, Fox 3. My name is Jimmy Chaos. I'm playing GCI right now, and I'm vectoring all these guys in for a fight. Flight lead for the training flight is going to be Fifi. He is a instructor pilot with the 560G. He's also a real-world gangster. Over on our aggressor flight, we have Blackbird. He's one of the campaign architects. Also a pretty bad pilot in the Viper, and not bad in a bad way, but in a good way, you know. We are open to pilots of all skill, and we celebrate every time somebody joins. If you guys are interested in joining something like this, or if you guys like servers that are open and constantly running, that's predictable without, you know, too many dicks about. If you guys want to go and swing by Dog Door's About page on his Twitch, he's got the link to the 560G. Also, if you have not listened to it, there's a podcast. It's on pretty much every podcasting platform. It's called High Alpha Hooligans. And there is 3 members from the 560G, all former military aviators of some sort. And they have a weekly podcast. It's still pretty new. They have 7 episodes out. It's a pretty good listen. It's great for a drive to work, or, you know, cleaning the house, or laying in bed and, you know, getting ready to fall asleep. So you have
established to Angels 15.
Training flight control copy. Go to transfer tactical. We're going to be contacting Wizard 111 for vector.
1 say speed.
3 hundo.
Training flight Wizard, go ahead and maintain flight vector for 30. Standby for further instruction.
Yeah, what Jimmy said.
Training copies. Hold.
Excellent, crap.
Flight straight out.
Roger. When you are, go ahead and clear for climb, or however you want to posture yourself. You're going to go to the north side of the area range, and then you'll turn in.
Yeah, training 1 elevator to flight level 260.
You might want to mute on Discord there, Jimmy.
Ready.
Roger, you guys are able to swing over and deafen yourself on Discord so I can hype up the stream a bit. Actually, we're done.
That's a good idea. Now we can do that, yeah. It's a good idea.
Alright. Alright, here we go, boys. Climbing.
Okay. I didn't even know there was a deafen function in Discord.
You only climb 26,000.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Training 1 with.
Go.
Roger. be advised, you have approximately 5 mic until you turn in nose hot.
Sure, one.
Alright, 1,000 foot to go. Here we go.
Roger, you have approximately 5 mic until you turn in nose hot. Go and configure, prep for fights. Standing by for TAC 1 in position.
Yeah, copy that.
Alright, boys, let's fence in.
Three fenced in.
3 fenced in.
Money. Alright, fellas. Let's go trail 5 mile increments.
Copy, 5 mile.
2 falling back, 5 mile increment. How do I track your distance? Oh, I just have to have my head over you.
Yeah, you just kind of figure it out. I'm gonna... I'm gonna make a right-hand turn here. You guys just kind of delay your turn a little bit, and I'll let you know what we roll out to.
Good copy.
That'll create the spacing there.
Control training 1 posture set.
Training 1, control, go ahead, second.
Training 1 is, or training flight is posture set, and we're ready.
Roger, good copy. 1 mic till I'll turn it.
And let's turn to 150 for right now.
150.
It is 4.5 miles separation.
Training 1, this is Wizard.
Go for training 1.
Roger, training 1, we have bandits at 220-448, flight level 20, flanking. Go ahead and float investigate.
Training 1.
Alright, anything we need to set up on our missiles?
Alright, let's turn here, keep the turning, coming to the right. Let's turn to about 210. Should be a bandit way out there at the edge of the range there.
Training 1, Wizard, be advised, target's going to be right to left.
Training 1 is tally target.
Alright boys, let's go full mill. No burner, but
Good copy, training 1, tally good target.
And training 1's fights up.
Training 1, break. Be advised, that's a civilian aircraft. Go ahead and check left to 15 degrees. Come to 210. Disregard 200.
Right now on my AMRAAM, I have A6 visual. Is that correct?
There we go. Yep, you're good. Alright, training flight, turn.
Training 1 Wizard
200.
to be advised 203 for 39. Flight level 18 hot.
Wizard, training 1 is tally.
Alright, boys, here we go.
Wizard acknowledged.
Light the burners. We're going to get as much speed as we can. We're going to climb. I'm at 35 miles, so I'm going to launch my first shot.
Training 1, Foxton.
3. Good copy, Fox.
Alright, boys. I got a missile out, so I'm turning, I'm cranking. You guys stay hot.
Copy, I have a lock.
Yep, so just, you're going to wait your turn to engage there once you get in a good range. So you probably want to shoot about 25 miles-ish. And then you'll want to crank. But don't let them get closer than 20. Alright, missile's active, I'm turning cold.
I think a 19.4 mile range, so I can light that up here. Just shot one, can't remember the call out. Cranking.
Breach defensive.
Training 2, dog door, be advised your struck flow call.
Control, repeat.
Raj, you have been splashed. Go ahead and turn 037, flow cold.
Zero 37, confirm.
Training 3, Wizard, be advised, Mills defeated. You're clear, turn back.
3 copies, turn back in.
Yeah, keep flying.
Who's who up there? I can't tell who's who.
Yeah, I have no idea who's who.
Training 1, bonsai.
Training turning 3, Wizard, snap 230 for 5.
Tower looks like I might be dead, I guess.
Training 1, box 2. Training 1, splash.
Good splash, good splash. All players, all players. Knock it off, knock it off. Training flight, go ahead and flow 038. Go ahead and rejoin all training 1, 2, 3 members and stand by for second engagement.
Training.
Alright, boys. Flow 040. We're going to climb back up to 25,000.
04025.
Training 2 is with
Control, repeat.
Raj, training 2 for next engagement. Look at your weapon systems and make sure you're utilizing a Alpha Charlie, a AMRAAM of the Charlie variant. That last engagement, you are firing Fox 2s.
Does it matter on the AMRAAM what mode we're in? Auto, man, or S mode?
I like shooting in man, but auto's just fine as well. It's basically just, there's some college level stuff about like radar aspect and aspect of like the shot that you're taking and all sorts of stuff. Just fire an auto and you'll be just fine.
Okay, so it's in man right now, but you want me to switch it to auto?
Yeah, just fire an auto.
Go for training 1.
Roger, check in when you have flight integrity and you are postured for re-engagement.
Yeah, stand by.
Wizard standing by, no rush.
Control, did you say I should have AC on?
Affirm, Alpha Charlie. The A stands for AMRAAM, Charlie stands for the variant, so it's going to be the 120 Charlie and when it says AC.
Copy. I dropped my speed back. I think I'm a bit ahead of you boys.
No, you're good. Keep driving. We'll just do we're all just gonna turn, you know, do a 180 in place here in a second.
Wizard Training 1 is ready to turn back in and start the fight.
Raj, good copy. Maintain heading. I want to give you guys about 10 more miles.
Yep.
Alright, when he calls the turn for us, just everybody turn to 220 and then we'll be directly in line. Vader, you're going to be the first one to shoot.
Copy that.
And just remember, when you go to shoot, you got to be as fast as you possibly can.
I still have to get the lock on the radar, though, correct?
Yes.
Training 1 Wizard, be advised you are cleared to turn in.
Training 1 engaging.
Alright, everybody turn to 220.
Turning 220.
Turning 220.
Yep. Alright, Raider, that first shot's yours.
It's not locking.
Turning Flight Wizard, be advised Bandit is at 223 for 36, flight level 2.5.
Alright, so he's on the deck, so you're going to have to look down, and you're going to have to try to pick him up against the water. It's going to be nearly impossible. He's going to try to go for a pop-up shot for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to not give him that pop-up shot. And I want you to turn away and turn out right now.
I'm turning.
Yeah, turn cold, turn away, turn out. Don't give him that pop-up shot. He's screaming along the deck right now. So I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna engage him, and you guys are gonna come around and engage him as well, because he's down low.
You want us to stay up here at 20?
No. He's gonna drag us all down low. But he was gonna try to pop up and get you from down low. We're not gonna give him that.
Yeah, I saw that. He popped back up on radar and pinged me right away, so.
Yeah, that's a trick that sometimes I like to do. So now that you're buying yourself some time, go ahead and drop down.
What the fuck?
Boxer.
How do I discern if it's friend or foe that's locked?
Oh, he got me. He got me. Training 1's turn cold.
Rod, Training 1 has his IFF turned off, so it'll say unknown.
I cannot get a lock. I can't.
Training 1 is flowing 270, flowing out.
Acknowledge. Break. Training 2, be advised, you are merged. F-16, 9 o'clock high.
I'm not getting anything on the radar, so... Honestly, don't know what I should be selecting or doing.
Well done, Blackbird. Well played, Blackbird.
Yeah, I've no idea what I should be doing.
All players, all players.
Good kill.
All players, be advised, we have good kill. Target 1 is down. ×2 from target 2, or disregard training.
That got you with that pop-up, Fifi.
Yeah, I saw it coming too, and I was like, no, I'm not giving you that, so I dropped down low. But I thought I defeated the missile, and I turned in a little too soon, and it still popped me.
Fifi, you were literally probably 100 yards from defeating that missile.
Yeah, I misjudged it.
All players, you are cleared independent maneuver. Go ahead and flow 260 for 40. Check in when feet drop.
Copy that.
Copy 260. Target 1, bingo fuel.
Copy 260.
Target 1, be advised. Priority landing. Go ahead and flow 270. You are cleared straight in.
Copy, straight in 270. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think my jammer was the only thing that gave me the edge on that, but I'm not sure.
I had no problem locking you up and firing on you because I was already so close that I was just burning to the jam. But I didn't defend as aggressively as you did, and I turned in a little too soon.
That was a good engagement from both you guys, and it was a good call, Fifi, to tell Vader to go away, because for a second he drug Blackbird with him for a second. It was good.
At the end there, I did an aim shot towards the F-16. Did that hit?
Yeah, you got him twice.
Copy that.
Yeah, you did it as you crossed over each other, and that missile ripped off at almost 90 degrees to get him.
Yeah, those 9Xs are no joke.
Yeah, I switched over to the 9, well I had it on guns, but then I switched over to the 9X because I was close enough, and then once he got out more in front of me, and then I switched to AMRAAM visual, and basically did Mad Dog because he was the only one in my view right in front of me.
I had myself limited to mics, more cozy, feel more at home with the mics.
Altitude. Altitude.
To fate try.
Roger, trying to go ahead and continue on 27046, and then turn south.
Two 7 for 6, then turn south. Copy.
Training 1, Wizard, go ahead and follow Training 2, same vector.
Yeah, Training 1 copies visual, Training 2 following.
Target 1 on a long approach for 26 right, straight in.
That's a good copy, break. Training 3, go ahead and turn 245, check in 1 feet drive.
Turning 245.
Training 1, you're going to fly the IFR.
Training 2 turning south for base. Yes, right.
Training 2 is tower, go ahead and continue current vector. We'll clear you. Training 1, Training 2, this is tower. Go ahead and turn 160. Stand by for further.
Training 160.
Training 1, 160.
Training 3 tower, go ahead and climb and maintain 6,000.
6,000.
Training 1, Training 2, go ahead and turn 070 for 7. You are cleared in runway 06 left and 06 right. Simultaneous recovery.
Training 2 turning 70 for 06 right.
And Training flight copies clear for landing. Request same runway, gonna do formation landing.
Raj, tower acknowledge. You are clear to formation.
Alright, Doc, following you in.
You're brave.
Yeah, we'll have to slow down quite a bit here.
Training 3, this tower, be advised. Go ahead and turn
I'm putting
270
out my own
and
brakes.
descend to 3,000. Stand by for further.
270 down to 3,000.
Target 1 is clear of runway 26 right.
Dropping flaps and gear.
Raj, tower acknowledge. Target 1 clear 06 right.
Copy. Man, we are really fast.
Training 3 tower, be advised. You are cleared 025 for 5. Cleared straight in for runway 06 left.
Copy that. 6 left.
Yeah, it's throw a lot of air brake to pull her up.
Tower Training 1's on the go.
Tower acknowledge. Training 1 on go. Training 1 Tower, go ahead and depart to the west. Reestablish. You're cleared in 06 right.
Training 1.
It was a good landing, dog, if this was a carrier, but make sure you get that flare for those runways.
Really? I thought there was no flare.
Training 1 Tower, be advised, all traffic deconflicted. You're cleared in at your discretion.
Oh, do you have to full stop on the runway to get a score?
On final, runway 6 left.
Yeah, training 1 is visual traffic and no factor.
Chief, place the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now in place.
Tower, training 1, base gear final.
Tower acknowledged. You are clear.
077, clear the runway.
Roger, Train 2, copy clear runway. Disregard, Train 3, clear run.
Zero 3, Hornet Ball, 2.5.
0-3, Hornet Ball, 3. You're right. You're
I didn't hear no bolter call.
I didn't say bolter, I just said you were right. I heard no fat lady. One of the best lines in Independence Day, dude. Alright, all players, airspace is uncontrolled, do whatever you want, I'll see you in debrief.
So for the record, I got that on the stream. Beef, have you been drinking again?
couldn't tell what was enemy or not. Because aren't they supposed to turn red if enemy?
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing is
but
I had
we're
my IFF on neutral because it couldn't really set it up as a red IFF.
yep.
Yeah.
The
But
important thing is it
normally-
wasn't showing you me as a friendly, which would be a whole different symbology.
Yeah. But I don't know.
The
I could not get a lock to save my life. I could not. I don't know what
Well-
it is about these AIM 120s, but I cannot lock them.
I feel like in the second engagement, I didn't really give you a very good chance because I was kind of on the deck with my jammer on.
Yeah.
But the first engagement, I think it was mostly just a lack of situational awareness type of thing. Like maybe you weren't pointed at me with your radar at the right elevation. And on top of that, getting a lock is kind of a trick in its own. You know, it's not always 100% going to get a lock every time.
Right.
Yeah,
So how long
there's
do
a
you
lot that goes
try to
into
get
it.
a lock before you just say screw it and try something else? You know?
Well, yeah, you kind of, if you can't get the lock, then you end up going to the merge and you go to ACM modes, which we haven't covered yet.
Yeah. If you can't get a lock and you go to if you can't get a lock, your best option is leave the fight, float cold or call in a wingman or something like that. And an example of that would be exactly what you guys did in that second engagement.
Right.
Because he was on a deck and Fifi called you out, which was perfect because you drugged the bad guy, off the center and you allowed Fifi then to posture for that shot.
Yeah.
So if you, for instance, if you're in a fight and you're getting it within closure range and you don't think you can get the shot, just find his radar on your arbiter bar and put it on your 6. You know what I'm saying? Like just get away from him as best you can.
Right. But it's like I remember doing training on my own and just spotting the 4 frog feet and being right in front of them, and I could not lock. Having the correct elevation, it just will not lock on those AMRAAMs for me. I mean, it's supposed to. Does it do the same thing like the sidewinders where it brings the line up and the lock?
Yep, exact same.
Light
So you were getting good locks today, and I think if you were going to go and repeat the frog foot, you would have the capability
Better
to
lock.
get good locks. Yeah.
Yeah. The frogfoot's a bigger plane, easier to see on radar, easier to lock up, and it's not going to be maneuvering, so it's all around easier to practice on.
Right.
Yeah, the purpose of tonight was to talk basic tactics and the basics of the
Thanks everybody for watching.
weapon systems to
We
engage.
really
and defend
appreciate the
yourself.
turnout. If you want to get in amongst it, just check out the.
Fifi, you want to talk through
Twitch.
debrief first?
I mean, it's just a lot of this is just like repetition and practice and stuff like that. Reading, like it depends on just how deep and how good you want to get at it, and how deep you want to go with it. I mean, because I think the teaching tonight was really good for just like a super basic like login and play and understanding. So it's like just how study level do you want to go at that point? Other than that, everybody did pretty good.
How was communications?
Vader was actually really on it. I think Dog got lost a couple times. No offense, dude. But Vader was really on it. And then, like I said, when I noticed that, I noticed Vader started going tumbleweed when he was like fighting to get that lock on that last engagement. And then, I was like, he didn't even hear you call the fact that that Blackbeard
that killed
being a dick on the deck. Where was being a dick on the deck. So I was like, nope. So the game plan was to get Vader to take a spin, and then I was gonna.
Yep.
And then I dropped down to engage. I'm still so pissed off that I freaking ate a missile. I'm so pissed off.
Dude,
about that.
So you two fired. I told Blackbird this like over comms. I was like, you guys literally just fired at the exact same second. Like
I was full
literally
evasive
fired.
when you said that, yeah.
Yep. And what's funny is you did like a little bit of a soft crank, and Blackbird, he pretty much just trashed the shot.
Yeah, I did a full. I let the AMRAAM do its thing.
Yeah, that's where
That was the only difference.
And I knew better. Like I should have.